Said I got a lot to learn, but I gotta wait my turn. Yeah, I'm about to earn. Either way, yo, okay, my daddy said I got a lot to learn. I think that I'm ready, but I gotta wait my turn. Yeah, I see all this money hungry, I'm about to earn.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is London Tay coming to you today with another video, girl. In today's video, guys, I'm going to show you the importance and why and how I pre-part hair for box braids. Okay, guys, so I started pre-parting hair about 6 months ago, on and off. And guys, I went back and forth, pre-parting, not pre-parting, pre-parting, not pre-parting, guys, and I noticed a huge difference. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why, what differences I noticed, and why you should be doing the same thing. Okay, girl. So today I'm doing shmedium knotless box braids. Okay, I'm not doing super small. When I do like small, they're usually an extra small, but right here, these are like my medium sizes. Okay, now my client wanted them small, you know, smallish box braids, but she wanted them to be full and she wanted them to be waist length long. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. Now with smalls, in small, medium, that in between stage, guys, I like to do about 3 rows in the back, and then once I do those 3 rows, I'll do small boxes, but I'll still do the same amount of rows in the back. Now if I did extra small, guys, I probably would do 4 rows, but you know, or do 3 rows and then make the boxes in between those rows super small. But 9 times out of 10, this length right here, or this size right here, small, medium, medium, this is going to be 3 rows in the back. I'm sorry. So yeah, so as you guys can see, that is all I'm doing, guys. Pre-parting is super easy, and I know it seems like it's an extra step, but guys, it definitely increases the neatness of the box braids that you are doing, especially if you're a beginner and you're working on having the braids the same size, the boxes the same size, and having them to be neat. Okay, when you free hand it the whole entire time, there's a possibility of things being kind of all over the place, things being uneven, things being lopsided, crooked, things being a little off center, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're doing like a middle part. So it's very important, guys. So right here is just 3 rows in the back. After that 3rd row, I'm going to start from ear to ear braiding, ear to ear parting, and guys, it makes a, I'm telling you guys, it makes a total difference. So yeah, so that is basically, it's so simple, guys. But one thing I like to do is, like, every row I like to have 1 row going to the left, 1 row going to the right, 1 row going to the left, so that way it kind of flows in together, you know what I'm saying? And that way all the braids aren't on one side and you just have like hella braids on one side. You can kind of even everything out. So that is how I like to do it. So I'm just literally going to go from ear to ear after I'm done with that 3rd braid. Do you have to perfect the parts? No. In my opinion, no. Make sure the parts are straight, but you do not have to perfect the parts. Now, you can always clean up the parts when you are on that row, okay? But to sit there for a long period of time and try to just pre-part and then clean the parts up, to me, that's just a waste of time when you're going to kind of do it anyway as you're braiding. So I wouldn't recommend for you guys to kind of clean up the parting right now. Just make sure it is, you know, lookable. Like, you don't want to just sit here and just throw parts into the hair and think, oh, I'll just clean up later, because it'll still be off. So what I like to do is I just kind of like to, you see the parts are pretty even. They're not super clean, but they're pretty even. So whenever you are taking out those braids, you will be able to kind of clean it up. Now I'm using that even edge tamer to clean up and to put on the roots of the braids, okay, to get a really good grip. That definitely matters in the neatness of the braids, the grip. So sometimes when you don't have a good grip when it comes to your fingers, you can just cheat a little bit and use edge control on the roots to give that really tacky feel, so that way you have a lot of grip on the braids. Okay, so like I said, the grip really matters. Now, I know right here it does look a little lopsided, or it does look a little bit uneven, but you have to remember it's braids going to the left and braids going to the right. So as I'm braiding and hair is being steadily added, it's going to look like the braid is getting thicker, but it really is not, okay? And even if it is, guys, it does not have to be perfect, because whenever you are putting the braids into the client's head, it will all look even, okay? So you see right here, it may look like the braids in the back are a little bit, you know, wider, but whenever you have the boxes the same size, guys, it will all look the same, I promise. So this is my second row. I'm going to turn around and do another row in the front. Now, make sure you're not steadily just like going high up. Like you guys can see, I did have like I started off with like a small section in the front whenever I am parting. You don't want a thick section in the front because you want to make sure everything has enough room in the parts in the front. You know, and you want to make sure those braids are kind of small in the front as well to kind of mimic the size that she wants anyway. Now, like I said, I normally do not do these braids this close together, especially if it's not really a client's preference. So you can do like low density, medium density, and high density, guys. These are high density braids, meaning there is a lot of braids in the space that is provided. I usually do medium density type of braids just to kind of, you know, to have it look full, but to not have everything, you know, too full. Like, she wanted her hair in a bun. I said, well, you know, girl, you want all this hair in a bun, you know, it's gonna be heavy. And girl, it was heavy. Like, she could not keep that hair in a bun. I did the bun so good, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, it was so much hair. I had to have her throw her hair like all the way to the front. And I literally had to put the bun, the ponytail in like upside down. And then flip the hair over and then do it section by section. And like kind of straighten out the braids in the ponytail section by section. Then do a bun. And then the bun was super big. And then I had to get like bobby pins to kind of make it smaller. Y'all, it was crazy because it was so many braids. I really wish I would have counted the braids. But to be honest, I think it was like 80 braids in her head. So many braids. So like I said, she wanted it to be full and she wanted them kind of close together in the front. So I made sure I gave her what she wanted. All right. So yeah, I'm just literally doing the same thing, guys. So this is how many rows? Yeah, 4 rows, guys, so far. So I'm doing 4 rows from ear to ear. And this looks like it's the 5th row. Let me see. Is this going to go all the way to the ear? Yeah, girl. So this is the 5th row. So this is going to go across again, okay? So that is 5 rows, guys, at the above the ear so far. And then it's 3 rows below the ear. And so right here, guys, it looks like, am I doing another row? Let's see. Because, girl, I be watching it just right with you. Yeah, so it looks like I'm doing another row. So that looks like it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So it looks like, okay, so that is not a full row, right? So it looks like, yeah, that is not a full row. So it looks like it's 6 rows from ear to ear. And then after that, I'll part it down the middle. And then I'm just literally going to braid the rest of those little mini rows just to the back. And that is how I know where I'm getting like towards the part that truly matters, especially if you're going to have a part. But you guys can see right here on that 4th row, I am showing you guys, like, instead of just like braiding it straight from left all the way to right, I did split that up and braided some of those braids to the front, guys. Because like I said, you see how you're starting to have all those braids kind of be in the same area? You don't want that. But that is how it looks, guys. Like, I have some braids going from the middle all the way to the front, and then some braids are at the top. You know, just kind of, they're all together like that. So yeah, guys, so simple, so easy to do, but very, very, very effective. You see how heavy that bun is, but you also seen how neat the braids are, guys. They are perfect boxes. So good. So these, like I said, these are shmedium size and super full. But guys, this is the method I use to have my braids very, very neat and in basically the same size. And yeah, I think it turned out really well. Let me know if you guys do recommend pre-parting. Do you feel like it increases the time? What do you think? I think the only thing that increases the time if you try to clean up the parts as you are doing the parting. And also, I think what increases the time is not sectioning out the braiding hair before you braid it. I think that increases the time. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now the tutorial and exactly how I did these braids will be coming this week. It will be very detailed, so in case you guys are wondering how I do those. So yeah, love you guys so much, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye.